this isn't going to be a long dissertation, but it's something that I've been tossing around for a while. We all know that the COVID-19 has shut down sports. The NBA was in full swing until one player, I believe it was with the Utah Jazz, tested positive for it and knew it and was still playing. We'll put that aside. Then NCAA lost the end of the basketball season and their big money maker, March Madness. Well, that also means that NCAA baseball and softball and lacrosse and track and field have been shut down. The NHL, like the NBA, they were coming up on their playoff season. That's shut down. MLB, well, they're floundering around like a fish trying to figure out what to do. But what do all of those have in common? Now think about it for a minute. It's not a difficult question, but since you haven't seen any of it for 8 weeks, you really haven't noticed it, especially if you've been watching Hulu or Netflix or some other carrier, YouTube. Even the major channels, you don't see it. That includes the network channels. So what, pray tell, could I be talking about that doesn't seem to be registering? Well, let's see. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, Infiniti, Jaguar, or Jaguar, depending on what part of the world you're from, Budweiser, Miller, Coors, Doritos, advertisements. We haven't been bombarded with advertisements, have we? I watch a Rangers game and I want to pull my hair out due to the ads. It's like, good God, did I turn on a game to watch, or did I turn it on to be bombarded with endless truck commercials? Yes, I drive a Ford truck, but I don't need to see 15 to 20 Ford truck commercials in one game, day after day after day after day. So what is my point here? My point is this. The games aren't being televised because there aren't any games. So logic would dictate that those advertising dollars aren't being spent. And if baseball somehow, in their infinite wisdom, comes up with a deal, I don't believe that the networks are going to let the advertisers, I don't think the advertisers are going to pay twice what the networks would want. They have a contract. They have an agreed amount for 15, 30, 45, 60-minute commercials. But that money isn't being spent right now. How many tens of millions of dollars had the advertisers not had to flip to the networks? Now, I will give credit when it comes to the cars and trucks. I didn't research it, but I'm sure sales have been rocked. Well, if sales have been rocked, then if you need to move your vehicles, you're probably going to have to drop the price. And if you aren't spending all this advertising money, how much do you think that brand new Ford diesel is going to drop? 15, 20,000? This is what I want to see. What's a 6 or 12 pack of beer run right now? I don't drink like I used to 15 years ago, but I'm guessing that a 12 pack can go anywhere from, I don't know, $6 to $8 depending on the brand. I don't know. Why hadn't that price dropped? Because liquor stores didn't close. The convenience stores haven't closed during this. And if people are getting their unemployment, now that that has gotten straightened out and they got their stimulus check, tell me that beer sales have drastically reduced. I'm just going to throw it out there and say maybe 10, maybe 15%. But the price hasn't dropped. And the question is why? Now, one of these days, that's one of the books I'm going to write. It's called The Price of Number One. I don't know when I'll get around to it, but I'm going to do an analysis starting in the 70s up to probably 2000 or so, just to show the increase in products that support the sports agencies or the sports franchises over the years, especially with the advent of free agency. And I think it's going to be shocking on how much our goods should actually cost in relationship to what we pay. So that's just food for thought. And when you go to the store and you think about it, and you're looking at that new car, or that new truck, or that six-pack, or any other product that you remember seeing advertised during a sporting event, ask yourself, well, if they're not spending that money and they're saving a ton of it, why isn't that being passed on to the consumer? I'll leave it up to you.